What's up, YouTube fam? We're back again. You guys voted and you guys wanted the Nollie backside 360, so I'm gonna teach you that today. Step one, you definitely want to have Nollies. You don't necessarily need Nollie 180s, but it would make the trick a lot easier. A Nollie is when you pop with your flicking foot, and it looks like this. So step one to this trick is definitely, like always, finding your pop, making sure you're gonna have a solid pop when you go to throw it. Do this just with your flicking foot. I'm goofy, so my flicking foot is the right foot. So you do like this. After you do that a couple of times, then you're gonna want to start to add a little bit of the scoop to it. Stand parallel to your board so you don't get a shinner. Go like this. Want to make sure when you pop, you push it too, so you can really get the feel of how slick the turn will be. You don't want to just do this. You want to really push it so you can see how it feels to actually pop that. Okay, so foot placement for this one is super easy. You're going to want to have your front foot in the pocket and your back foot just covering the bolts. That's how I like to do it, because as you go to turn, your back foot is going to slide up right to this pocket, and that's where you need to be to make that pivot and catch the full weight around. So you want to be 1 foot in the pocket, 1 foot on the bolts, 1 foot here, 1 foot here. And once you're in that stance, you're already set up to turn out. So if I go this way, I'm already set up to turn around. Really focus on that. Your front foot in the pocket, your back foot over the back bolts. Step 2, and I think this kind of equates to all forms of skateboarding, but learning your kick turns, what I mean by that is this. In order to do that, you're going to want to do the first one standing in a Nollie position and just turn yourself 180. And then the second one is going to be from wherever you land in fakie, you're just going to turn back around to regular. Just like that. Very simple, but it's going to help you a lot. So when you get super good, you can just keep spinning and keep spinning. But that's definitely step 2. You want to get your kick turns down. Have that down and it will be super simple to just add a little bit of pop. The hardest part of this trick is committing to the spin. A lot of people will throw it, but they won't commit to the spin. When you do those kick turns, it gets you comfortable with just spinning around. So after you get all those steps down, as always in every video, make sure you go to SKATERDAZE 11 to really understand this. Check out the ollie section, because it shows you the hop. Everything in skateboarding is just a hop. So the hop for this one is off your Nollie foot. You're gonna spin around, catch yourself with this foot, which would be your back foot, your fakie foot, and then you want to turn around. So the hop looks like this. The more you get comfortable with spinning around and turning and all that stuff, the more you can make it more full and add more pop and throw your own style on it. But to start out, that is the way to do the trick. Just focus on the hop, focus on popping it a little bit. Don't worry about popping it as high as you possibly can, and just make sure you take that spin, because that's the only thing that really stops beginners. And when you land on your fakie foot, it almost automatically spins you because you're just switching feet. So now you're switching balances. So you really want to stand tall when you're switching the feet. When you pop off that Nollie, you want to have a tall stance, right? You want to go from bending your legs to like this. Then after you spin, you want to end up like this, and then turn it around. And when you turn around on fakie, you're here, right? You get to here. Then you want to incorporate your shoulders. So that's when you want to spin. So you can either spin as you go up, or you can spin before you even start the whole trick. Spinning before you start the trick will make it easier, but it's harder to control because now you have extra momentum. Okay, step 3. What you want to do for step 3 is start to add a little bit of pop. make sure you do it on a ground that's like a little bit grippy, because this is a trick that slides as you go, so you might catch yourself sliding out if you're on a ground like this that is painted. But try to get to a ground that's like straight concrete, something that has a little bit of grip to it, because it will make the trick a lot easier. But you want to do this. That's a sloppy one, but that's still one. That's what you want to do. You want to just start adding little bits of pop to it. Little bits of pop. Take your time, step by step. Don't rush it. Add a little bit of pop and turn around. That's it. Same thing. Don't pop as hard as you can, because if you do land on that, you're most likely going to slip out. With skateboarding, the more gentle you're able to do something, the easier it is to land. If you notice, the people who are usually going the biggest, they have a very light touch. They have a very light touch to them. So it's like, the more gentle you can do it, the easier it will become. Just make sure you actually have this part down, and you will never have to worry about doing it too gentle and you miss your pop. Because as long as you catch the pop, it's so easy to turn this trick around. And that's how you do the Nollie 360. I appreciate you guys always showing love. Guys actually voted in the poll. If you guys came from TikTok, make sure you watch that SKATERDAZE episode 11, because that will teach you how to do all of your basic tricks. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.